is the worst game ever to enter or exit my household, including Rattle Battle. I would rather play Rattle Battle.
Rattle Battle's much shorter than this one.
Than this game.
Now.
What?
Well. You really didn't like this game.
I hate this game so much that this is going to be my first ever rating of a 0.
You've rated other games 0 before.
I'm rating this game a 0. But anyway,
this is hold on, before you lift it up, this is considered one of the all-time great games, up there with, stellar.
Board Game Geek says it's the 3rd best game of all time.
I think at one point it did anyway, yeah.
And I was thinking, who voted for that? The designer?
And maybe his wife. I know, now people are going to think this is total blasphemy. And now the design, the integration of the parts is definitely solid. It feels a little bit old. There is a newer version of this game, which everyone says is a lot better. I have no interest in ever buying it. That's just me. The game was really long. I've played it now twice. I've won both games, and I still never, ever want to play this game again. It's a slog. It's boring to me.
Through the ages.
Through the ages. Civilization sort of building game.
This game definitely will not last through the ages.
It won't last for our ages. Now, this might be just a taste thing of us. I know so many people, but I don't want to be too forgiving about it or too apologetic about my rating. I'm right around, I know you're a 0.
0!
I don't think it's an absolute
Double
0.
0.
He's very angry with it. I gave it around a 5. The reason I give it around a 5, for what it offers, and people say, oh, the arc of the game and the way that things develop.
The arc of the game
silly.
Goes up to 2 people, one person being a mile behind, one person being like ahead of them, and then you won by 103 points.
Now, I've played this game
you were winning by 103 points. It's the first round.
It's so punishing. The game is so punishing that a couple of wrong moves, and then you feel like you're sitting there just trying to get like a couple of bronze. And there's so few of these upgraded cards that come out, and if they don't come out at the right time, someone else grabs it. It just seems... Now, people have played this online like thousands of times. There's a lot of games that don't interest me that much that are very popular. Something like Magic the Gathering.
Whatever.
I have no interest in that.
But
you used to play Pokemon.
But I don't rate that game a 0.
This one, I mean, I understand how all the parts work together, but I got a couple of the, what do you call, wonders fairly early in the game.
And they give you a total of 5 points every round.
And I just grabbed them,
bam,
and I had like the right leader that came out of, so I was generating all these points, and we played the full version of the game. We didn't play, there's multiple versions. This is an old rule book, and we used a couple of the newer rules with the new version of the game. The game goes on for an eternity, what seems like. And I just wanted a lot more upgrade cards to come out so people can do things. I felt like the game was so punishing. Like, you couldn't really get to do fun stuff. Like, oh, I got a lot of this stuff, so now I can build this building, and now I can do this. And, how far are you up there? And I can upgrade this.
Because what I feel like...
It just took so long to do, like, just the most minor thing.
Because what I feel like is, like, if this deck... Once this deck runs out, the game's over. It's like, yes, finally. 4 hours later. Another 4 hours.
Now, the whole game took us, with a little bit of teaching, about 4.5 hours for a 3-player game. Did it feel that kind of a slog? And the cards aren't that exciting, and sometimes... Okay.
Finally, it's over. I guess who won? I don't know. The person leading since round A.
I know.
I should have just resigned after phase 1.
I know, and there is the resigning rules in the rule book, which I don't... As soon as I saw that there was a rule...
That says
you can resign. That was a red flag to me. That means, it's easy to do really crappy in the game and then be... There's a lot of things to think about.
How do you get so much yellow?
Because I colonized some places. It's I don't know. There's so much talked about this game, but for me, it just doesn't hold. There's so many other games that I'd rather play that I'm involved in that you can actually do something in.
You could actually play, and you won't be forced to resign after phase 1.
Like, I felt you were producing food, and sometimes producing, but then
and
to
then
get...
you just steal it all, kill all our points, and then get 12 points.
I was ahead in military, so I was able to win a couple of wars and aggressions. I don't know. If you're into this kind of a game,
Which,
I don't know.
I don't know why anyone would be into this sort of game.
No.
Just gonna say that.
It seemed like a big hullabaloo. I was so excited. I saw this on super sale.
Yeah,
I got it for $20. I mean, I know it was an old copy. I got it for $20, and I was really excited to get it because so much had been spoken about it. That should always be a warning to me.
Through the ages, yay!
Old-fashioned game, boring mechanics, sliding cards, trying to keep upkeep with all the bookkeeping.
It's the same mechanics.
Teeny tiny little spaces for this stuff.
It's the same mechanics as every other game ever, but they just increase it so much that you have to do so much bookkeeping every minute.
Now hold on. This comes from a person who loves Arkwright. Gave it like a 10 probably.
I give it a
9.
9.5.
Yeah, he gave it a high, and you won it handily. You understood it. It's not the complexity level. Antiquity. I think it's a good game.
Yeah, I gave it like an 8.
Yeah, it's a really strong game.
But this game...
This is long too. This one...
Like, you're saying, oh, it has the same amount of bookkeeping. No, it doesn't. 9.5, 8, 0.
Okay, that was a quick and not so joyful review. I'm glad I only spent $20 on it now.
Of Through the Ages.